From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott here with the medium range forecast and video discussion issued on Monday, June 2nd. One stark contrast to the damp, chilly, and rather dreary pattern that we've been dealing with over the past 2 weeks. A much different and more summer-like one is going to emerge during the middle and latter part of this week, and that warm weather is going to stick around through the upcoming weekend. So without further ado, let me jump right on into things here and start by taking a look at the Canadian model for 2 o'clock on Thursday. You'll notice that this large high-pressure system is still over the southwestern Atlantic on Thursday, and on its backside, southwesterly flow will still be pumping unseasonably warm and humid air into the mid-Atlantic states. So I do expect high temperatures to be back in the mid to upper 80s on Thursday. Factor in high humidity with dew points in the mid to upper 60s, and it may feel like the low 90s out there on Thursday afternoon. The Europeans also in good agreement with the Canadian here, showing basically the same thing. You'll notice on both models that there is a cold front to our north and west. However, the models handle this front very differently as we move into Friday and Saturday. You'll notice that on the Canadian, this cold front is much more potent than it is on the European model. You see that on the European model, it's kind of just dies out across northern PA and New England, and you also notice this next disturbance developing in the plains. Well, that's going to have important differences as we head into Friday and Saturday. So as we move into Friday, you'll notice that initial cold front on the Canadian has already made its way down into northern Maryland, southeastern PA, and the lower Susquehanna Valley. You don't really see a whole lot of thunderstorm activity along it, but I don't think that's right. If this front does move into the region on Friday and it rams into that warm and humid air, well, that atmosphere is going to be very unstable. So if the Canadian's right, then Friday is our day for widespread showers and thunderstorms. But if the European's right, you'll notice the initial front kind of just gets hung up along the PA-New York border, and this second low-pressure system develops over the Midwest. And then this next trailing cold front is really the big player as we move into Saturday. So again, if the Canadian's right by Saturday, the front's already off the eastern seaboard. We would be dealing with cooler and less humid conditions on Saturday, but it would still generally be in the upper 70s to low 80s. However, if the Euro's right, that cold front that was back over the Midwest on Friday rolls through the Commonwealth on Saturday, and that would trigger scattered strong to severe thunderstorms along it across the lower Susquehanna Valley. Again, this air mass that this front is ramming into is very warm, humid, and unstable. The cold front would serve as the lifting mechanism for the showers and storms. So either way you slice it, either Friday or Saturday, I do expect some locally violent storms to develop. It is a bit too early to discuss severe weather and really the different modes of severe weather. It's going to depend on the timing. If this cold front comes through on Friday, then Friday would be the day of concern for the severe storms. If it comes through on Saturday, then Saturday would be the day of concern. But there is a middle ground solution where you do get most of the severe weather in northwestern PA on Friday. The front sweeps through the lower Susquehanna Valley in northern Maryland on Friday night, and then the second round of severe storms erupts along and southeast of I-95 on Saturday. So I'm just going to have to fine-tune the details over the next couple of days and see where the models go with this cold frontal passage and its timing. But either way you slice it, as we move into Sunday, that cold front, no matter which model you look at, has swept off the eastern seaboard. In its wake, northwesterly flow will usher cooler and drier air back into the mid-Atlantic and northeastern United States. But this is not a cold Canadian high-pressure system that's settling over us for the second half of the weekend. It's of Pacific origin, so Sunday looks like a beautiful day. Great second half of the weekend with mostly sunny skies. Dew points back in the 50s and high temperatures generally in the upper 70s to low 80s, so not all that bad for the upcoming weekend, depending on what happens on Saturday. Partly sunny, hot and humid on Thursday, looking at our medium range Campus Weather Service forecast, 88. Clouds at sun on Friday, warm and humid with a chance of showers and thunderstorms, 86. Humid on Saturday with clouds, some sun, and a chance of showers and thunderstorms, high 82. And then looking ahead to Sunday, mostly sunny and less humid with highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the Medium Range Forecast. Tune back in next Monday for the latest edition. Until then, enjoy the warmer conditions out there during the middle and latter part of the week, but keep an eye on the sky on Friday and Saturday, and have multiple ways to receive severe weather alerts and warnings in the event of severe weather.